All right. Welcome to episode 3 of Let's Dig In with Matty and Bri. I'm Bri, and this is Matty. We are nutrition coaches at CrossFit Glen, Burnie. Let's kick off with a quick self-assessment. How many of you have ever encountered these enticing claims before? Shed 20 pounds in just 14 days. Detoxify your body effortlessly. Melt away belly fat with a single superfood. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, most likely it is. These claims often convince people that weight will fall off faster than your next Amazon Prime delivery. And there's a reason why they keep pushing that message. According to experts at Research and Markets, the global market for weight loss products is valued at $254 billion. By 2026, that's expected to be $377 billion. Although more people are acknowledging the issue, the obesity crisis persists in the US and it's also on the rise globally. Recent figures suggest that roughly 34% of adults and 15 to 20% of children and teens in the US are dealing with obesity. As this concern becomes more pressing, many are searching for quick fixes to shed those extra pounds. Well, today we're here to chat about why it's best to move away from these diet trends and explore a more sustainable path toward becoming the best version of yourself. Let's talk about how we can ditch the diet and focus on long-lasting changes.
Yeah, and one of my favorites is those detox gummies, which of course is just nothing, right?
Right? Sounds great.
Yeah, right. I would love for it to do what it says. So at CrossFit Glen Burnie, we partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that's guided, tested, and proven. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple and habit-based approach. But we know that helping you become the best and healthiest version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or going to the gym a few times a week. We must also focus on a holistic approach addressing nutrition, stress, mindset, support system, and lifestyle.
Absolutely. Healthy Steps Nutrition has helped over 45,000 people all around the world take control of their health. Are you looking to create your own success story? We know that while this is simple, it is far from easy. With all the misinformation regarding these best diets and best foods and the best exercise program, it feels hard, right? It's no wonder that we feel so overwhelmed at times and just ready to give up. But today, we're here to remind you that there is hope.
Yeah, and it's time to say goodbye to the outdated methods that restrict what you eat or require you to spend endless hours in the gym burning off calories. By the end of our talk, you will walk away with 3 tips to help you create lasting changes to help you become the best version of yourself. One moment. Okay, great. So, speaking of diets, when you hear keto, low carb, or intermittent fasting, what comes to mind for you? When I think of these diets, I quickly connect them to popular diet trends that claim to deliver quick weight loss results. These are also known as fad diets. These plans usually involve concentrating on particular foods while excluding others, and this can be a real challenge for many individuals. The temptation of treats can be especially tough to resist, and giving in to them can make us feel like we've erased all of our previous efforts. What are some red flags of fad diets? Red flags include promises of quick fixes, extreme restrictions, claims of magic foods, and recommendations to skip entire food groups.
Absolutely. We know that while there are like dietary restrictions and things, anybody who's like, hey, if you just don't eat carbs, it's all going to go away. Fad diet, don't do it. If this pattern sounds familiar to you, rest assured you are not alone. Many of us get caught in that cycle of being extremely strict with our diets for a while, only to later go off the rails and overindulge. This pattern
Exactly.
can be with us for years, and frankly, it leaves us feeling defeated and hopeless as that cycle continues. All right, so why should we avoid these diets? Well, diets can set us up for failure because they mess with our natural hunger and fullness signals. Let's talk about two key hormones, ghrelin and leptin. If you tuned into our hormone talk, these might sound familiar to you, but if not, let me just refresh here. Ghrelin is the hormone that makes your stomach growl when you're hungry. Easy to remember, right? When we go on strict diets, our body actually produces more ghrelin, making us feel hungrier more frequently. On the flip side is leptin. Leptin is the hormone that signals when we're full. Diets often reduce leptin levels, making it harder for us to recognize when we're satisfied. Our bodies aren't designed to endure these strict diet patterns. The typical outcome is that we try a diet, realize we can't stick to all these rigid rules, and then we feel like we failed. This can lead to a negative self image and eventually make us give up on the idea of becoming healthier altogether.
So, if diets aren't the answer, then what is? Instead of strict diets, we are going to focus on building positive habits that align with your personal goals and suit your lifestyle. This approach paves the way for a more personalized and gradual journey towards long-term health and well-being. We call this a holistic approach, and being healthy in this way involves making lasting changes to your everyday life instead of looking for quick fixes.
Before diving into this approach, it might be helpful to understand what we truly want for ourselves and our health. So let's dive in and talk about 3 different tips to break free from this yo yo diet cycle.
Yes, exciting. Okay, so tip number 1 is all about goal setting. Before you start setting goals, we have to spend a few minutes reflecting and thinking about our why. Your why is a way to understand the and motivates behind what you want to achieve. When you have a clear why, it gives your goals a deeper purpose and can help you stay motivated, especially when things get tough. Digging into why you want to reach certain goals lets you connect with them emotionally. This emotional connection, it makes it more likely that you'll stick with your goals with dedication and focus. Simply put, it's about making sure your goals match with what you value and dream about and setting a strong foundation for your actions.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we're asking ourselves why we want to become healthier instead of, I just want to lose weight. Consider why you want to lose that weight. Is it because of a history of diabetes in your family and you want to reduce that risk? Or it could be as simple as, keeping up with your kids and being to run around on the playground with them. By bringing that underlying reason or reasons into sharp focus, you can then begin to set clear and achievable goals. So whether you're ahead or, looking to the future, just considering the next few weeks even, setting goals is going to be key. Goals act as guides that push you forward in life. When you set them well, you wake up each day feeling excited, knowing that your day has meaning and purpose. Let's dive into these differences between long-term and short-term goals. Maddie, we know that these both play significant roles in our overall success, and we talk about these a lot with clients of having those long-term versus short-term goals. So we know that long-term goals are like the big achievements that you aim for in life, like losing a lot of weight or keeping it off for years. Achieving these goals requires careful planning and ongoing effort over a longer period of time. And then on the flip side, we have those short-term goals. They're smaller, more immediate targets that you want to hit quickly, typically within 1 to 3 months. For example, when you're trying to lose weight, a safe and realistic rate of progress is about 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss per week. Even though it might not seem like much, think of each pound lost as a step forward, and that'll keep you motivated.
Yeah, exactly. And these small victories accumulate and drive toward your larger goal of becoming healthier. They're like puzzle pieces. Each small piece contributes to the overall picture of feeling better. Every small success counts and brings you closer to your desired destination.
And that brings us
So,
to tip number 2, habit assessment. We know why we're going to do what we're going to do, and we've set some clear goals. So let's take a closer look at our daily routines. Maddie, are you a post-it person like I am?
I love Post-its.
I feel like I'm a note taker, so I have them everywhere. And so I love this background image on here. It's very relatable to me, at least. But examining your habits, it's all about paying attention to your everyday actions, both the positive ones and also the ones that could use some improvement. Start by thinking about what you usually do, how often you do it, and why. Think about how these habits make you feel overall. Ask yourself why you do certain things and whether they're lining up with what you want in life. This helps us understand our daily actions and whether they match our big life goals.
Yeah, right on. So we have this sheet ahead of us. Knowing why you do these things is key to making positive changes. It helps you find ways to improve and set realistic goals and build new habits to match what you want in life. Doing a habit assessment gives you information about yourself so that you can make wise choices and create a life that brings you happiness and success. What gets measured gets managed. Using a habit assessment tool like this one is a way to reflect on yourself and gives you important insights. This helps you make smart decisions and create a lifestyle that adds to your overall happiness and success.
Yes, I love that assessment sheet too. If you would like a copy of it, please leave a comment or get in touch with one of us and we can definitely get you that habit assessment. And this brings us to tip number 3, which is one habit at a time. Once we've identified what habits helping or are hindering us, we can focus on what new habit we would like to develop because habits really do shape our lives. They influence what we do every day. In the end, determine our overall outcomes. So if we focus on building one habit at a time, we can make some serious progress and create lasting positive changes. Here's how you can integrate this one habit at a time approach in your life. Step 1 would be identifying the habit that you want to develop. It could be anything from exercising and eating healthy to reading books or learning a new skill. Just pick a habit that aligns with your goals and your values. Step number 2 is give your new habit a specific time frame. This adds a sense of accountability and helps you stay committed.
Yep. Now, on the screen here, you'll see exactly what you would see as an HSN nutrition client. This is exclusive to HSN clients about tracking those habits. So step number 3 is increase your likelihood of success by using a habit tracking system. As I said, our clients get exclusive access to the app, which reinforces their habit and allows them to achieve winning streaks. Monitoring your progress provides visual reinforcement, serving as a powerful motivator to stay on track. And step 4, keep it simple and stick with it. Break your habit into smaller, doable steps. For example, if you're aiming to eat healthier, start by just adding a handful of veggies to your lunch twice a week. The trick is to be consistent. Doing it regularly is what matters. The momentum you build by focusing on one habit at a time will help you remain consistent and make the process a whole lot easier.
Yes. And Maddie and I have both done this with the app ourselves as clients and as coaches. And there's something so satisfying about getting that winning streak of, marking off your habit.
Yeah, it's very motivating for sure.
Absolutely. So, guys, remember victories on your health journey aren't just about numbers on the scale. Tracking non scale victories is equally crucial as they reflect your progress beyond the weight. These victories might include increased energy, better sleep, feeling more confident, or even fitting into clothes better. Celebrating these wins can help keep you motivated and remind you of the positive changes that you're making for your overall well being.
So keep tabs on these non-scale victories. They're remarkable signs of your success and worth celebrating every step of the way.
Now that we've, delved into these 3 practical tips to help you transition away from dieting and embrace that holistic approach, let's shift our focus to our 3 core principles at Healthy Steps Nutrition. Principle number 1 is focusing on whole foods first. We should start choosing whole food options and less processed foods packaged with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate using the plate method. Also, when you're grocery shopping, staying in the perimeter of the grocery store so you get those fresh food options. Number 2 is focusing on a balance of macronutrients. When we say balance, what does that mean? That means that, every meal is going to have a carb, a protein, and a fat. Pairing each meal and snack with all 3 of these macronutrients is going to help keep you fuller longer. Most people will feel their best by fueling their busy days and activities with 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein. This could vary by each individual needs. That's just a rough estimate there. And number 3 is limit the amount of processed carbs and sugar. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons, which is about 24 grams for women, and 9 or about 36 grams of added sugar for men. However, the average person consumes over 150 pounds of sugar per year, which is 46 teaspoons per day. It's not surprising that sugar is super addicting and feels hidden in almost every food product you can find in a package.
Yeah. So, what was your biggest takeaway? As we finish up, take a moment to think about how you are doing in regard to your health and well-being. Do you feel like you're on the right track, or do you sense you might have strayed a bit? Think about what it means to you to stay strong and find your way back to being on track. In our effort to move away from diets, we're steering clear of those eating plans that feel too strict and hard to stick to. Those diets treat everyone the same and do not take into account what our bodies really need. So instead of going down the road, instead of going down that road, we're choosing a simpler way to stay healthy. It's about forming good habits, enjoying delicious and nourishing foods, and creating a lifestyle that keeps us healthy for the long haul.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to mention too here, we talked a lot about fad diets, and with that comes medications as well. We've heard of a lot of clients and from our other nutrition friends and dietitian friends that, Ozempic is on the rise and there's a lot of different medications similar to that. And I just want you to remember that it is all about building those healthy habits, right? Like Maddie and I have seen time and time again where people will get on certain medications and weight's coming off, and then all of a sudden they're off the medication and that weight comes right back and then some. So it's all about changing those habits. Now that you are armed with those tools to focus on positive habits and nourish your body with joy and create a lifestyle that supports long-term well-being because you are a more mindful and more personalized journey for yourself. It's a quick shift, that can fix you on a path that feels right for you. Remember, you have the power to make positive changes and embrace a more sustainable and fulfilling approach to your well-being.
Yeah. So, are you ready to kickstart your health and wellness journey? We have a New Year nutrition challenge starting January 27th. Scan the QR code to get signed up. When you scan this code, enter the code DIGIN to lock in your early bird pricing plus an additional $10 off. This bonus code will expire on January 15th.
Yes, scan that code, get signed up. You'll be on a team with either Matty or myself. In this challenge, we'll be working as a group to build healthy habits that are around nutrition, exercise, sleep, and also stress management. You're going to get a customized meal plan made for you and your specific goals. And each participant is going to get one-on-one meetings with one of us, access to our exclusive HSN accountability app that was featured in this video. And also, you're going to get daily education, group support, and have a challenge leaderboard.
Yeah. And did we mention prizes? This challenge is sponsored by Ascent Protein and more local sponsors around Maryland. Each week, we will raffle off a new prize. This is a great challenge to join with friends, family, and coworkers. Share this with a friend you want to challenge. Thank you so much for joining us. Bri and I are here to support you on your health and wellness journey. Please reach out any questions you have around nutrition coaching, challenges, or even recipe inspiration.
That's right. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in.